First of all, thank you for having me. Luxury and Finance will cover this presentation, so I invite you to check on our website to keep updated. The first thing I would like to start with is that today marks the second European Equal Pay Day. Women in the European Union continue to earn less than men. The average gender pay gap in the EU stands at 30%, so there is still a long way to go to achieve equality. For clarification and to provide evidence for this overview on female leadership, let's start from this assumption. There is no doubt that women are more ambitious than ever, yet despite some hard-fought gains, women's representation has remained stagnant. To help us explaining why, we can have a look at the outcome of the latest, number 9, Women in the Workplace report from McKinsey in partnership with leanin.org. However, this is not the only analysis that provides us with a comprehensive overview on the current situation. The Global Gender Gap Number 17 report, published by the World Economic Forum in June 2023, also provides data on gender parity for women, covering a much broader area of 146 countries all around the world. The report is an index demonstrating the momentum around gender parity across 4 key elements for gender inclusion: economic participation and opportunity, educational attainment, health and survival, and political empowerment. The measurements used in the World Economic Forum Index are also based on gender parity in specific sectors such as economic activity, education, and health. And in the aftermath of the pandemic, headlines focus on the consequences of lockdowns and the rise in gender inequality in work and education. The pandemic disrupted women's participation across all aspects. The index demonstrates the global parity score is back to pre-pandemic levels. Great news, but still not enough because there is a lot more work to do. In 2020, the World Economic Forum report predicted it would take 100 years to achieve parity. This figure has now increased to 131 years. At this rate of progress, we won't achieve global gender parity in less than 5 generations. The statistics are even more concerning when you dig into more specific sectors. It will take 162 years to close the political empowerment gender gap and 169 years to close the economic participation and opportunity gender gap. No country has achieved full gender parity. However, Europe has the highest gender parity of all regions at 76%, with 1/3 of countries in the region ranking in the top 20 and 20 out of 36 countries with at least 75% parity. On the whole, the top 10 countries have closed at least 80% of their gap: Norway, Finland, New Zealand, Sweden, Germany, and Lithuania, with the exception of Iceland, that is the only country to reach 90%, 91.2% to be more specific. Namibia and Nicaragua are surprisingly and unexpectedly in the top 10, while Hungary, Czech Republic, and Cyprus rank at the bottom of the region. Overall, at the current rate of progress, Europe is projected to attain gender parity in 77 years, quite a while. In previous reports, North America has dominated the index, but this year its ranking of 75% lowers the country to second place, while Europe has taken the lead at 76.3%, as previously mentioned. Throwing back to the post-pandemic analysis, in the last year, women have been re-entering the workforce in the labor market at a slightly higher rate than men, but overall numbers are still slow. In 2023, the labor force participation rate increased from 63% to 64%, which is still lower than the peak of 69% in 2009. Yet, the proportion of women in senior leadership roles, vice president, director, and C-suite has dropped by 10% to 32.2%. The level of variance signifies considerable disparity across sectors. The reasons for the decline of women in C-suite and senior leadership roles are complex, and the combination of women being pushed out of corporate positions or choosing to leave. This helps us reinforcing the idea that committing to gender diversity at work is not a short-term goal, and it needs constant and concrete commitment and resources to be achieved. On the other hand, what's interesting in the McKinsey survey is the debunking of false myths about women's workplace experiences and career advancements. A few of these myths, let's say, fables, cover old ground, but they still exist, and no progress to show what reality means has been done yet. So, myth number 1, women are becoming less ambitious. Reality, women are more ambitious than before the pandemic, and flexibility is spoiling this ambition. The truth is that women are as committed to their careers and as interested in being promoted as men. Women and men at the director level, when the C-suite is in closer view, are also equally interested in senior leadership roles, and young women are especially ambitious. 9 in 10 women under the age of 30 want to be promoted to the next level, and 3 in 4 aspire to become senior leaders. Myth number 2. The biggest barrier to women's advancement is the glass ceiling. Reality, the broken rung is the greatest obstacle women face on the path to senior leadership. For the 9th consecutive year, women face their biggest obstacle at the first critical step, up to manager. This year, for every 100 men promoted from entry level to manager, 87 women were promoted. As a result of this broken rung, women fall behind and can't catch up. Myth number 3. Microaggressions have a micro impact. Reality, microaggressions have a large and lasting impact on women. Microaggressions are a form of everyday discrimination that is often rooted in bias. They include comments and actions, even subtle ones, that are not overtly harmful, that demean or dismiss someone based on their gender, race, or other aspects of their identity. They signal disrespect, cause acute stress, and can negatively impact women's careers and health. Myth number 4. It's mostly women who want and benefit from flexible work. Reality, men and women see flexibility as a top 3 employee benefit and critical to their company's success. Most employees say that opportunities to work remotely and have control over their schedules are top company benefits, second only to healthcare. Workplace flexibility even ranks above tried and true benefits such as parental leave and childcare. And first and foremost, for women, hybrid or remote work is about a lot more flexibility. When women work remotely, they face fewer microaggressions and have higher level of psychological safety. So, what's crystal clear now is that it is time to turn the tables, contribute to making positive changes, and move forward. Thank you.